Hey everyone, welcome to Photo 23 Advanced Photoshop. So in this class, we're going to take what you learned in the intro class and start applying that to some more advanced projects. You're also going to learn some more advanced techniques over the ones that you learned. Now, if it's been a while since you've been in Photoshop, don't worry. We're going to be doing some book work that's going to kind of get you up to speed. So with this class, you're going to be creating all of these awesome images, and then you're going to create a portfolio of these images of your best work. You're going to be creating this portfolio in two ways. One is going to be a slideshow, and two, you're actually going to print out images. I'm going to show you how to cut mats, how to mat those images so that they're ready to present. So by the time you're done with this class, you're going to walk away with an awesome portfolio to show off your Photoshop skills. Now, before we get to all the fun stuff though, we do need to go over the first day type of things, some of the different information that's going to help you be successful in this course. So let's get to it. All right. So this is an 18-week hybrid course. Now, the best way to contact me is definitely through email. There's my email address up there. You can email me through Canvas. If you need to send me an attachment, like let's say you're having an issue and you need to take a screenshot to send it to me, it's usually best to go straight through your inbox and email me here. Canvas kind of messes up attachments sometimes. I'm pretty good about checking email. I check pretty frequently throughout the day during the week, during Monday through Friday. When it comes to the weekends, I do try to unplug at least one of those days, so it might take me a little bit longer to respond to you. I do have an office hour every day, Monday through Friday, where you can come ask questions, chat, whatever. It's completely optional, but I'm here for you. So make sure that you check the homepage for the specific times and locations. All right, so this being a hybrid course, that means that it's partially online and partially in person. Basically, we're in an online class, but then once a week you get some time where you can come into class, work on your assignments, and I'm there to answer your questions. So let's talk about what you can expect to do online. So online, you're going to be participating in one critique discussion board. You're going to watch or read one lecture. You're going to read one chapter in the textbook, turn in one major lab assignment, and you will complete a practice quiz. Now, these practice quizzes are built off of all of the questions that you may encounter on the midterm and final exams. So it's a great way for you to study. It's also a great way for you to kind of self-assess and see if you're really getting everything out of that week's information that you should be getting. So if you don't do that well on the practice quiz, that might mean you need to go back and watch a lecture again, or maybe read over the book again, if you haven't. Okay. So what are we doing in person for the lab? This is time for you to work on your assignments. You're going to be working on your current lab assignments. There will be some weeks where I'll be doing a demonstration. For example, I'm going to show you how to do a test print and then adjust the print file. Or I'm going to show you how to cut mats and mount your photographs to them. This will also be time for you to use the facilities, to use these printers and our mat cutters to create your portfolio. So with that, I do want to note that when you show up for lab, I expect that you've already reviewed the week's lectures, that you've posted in the discussion boards, and you've at least started on the assignments. Okay, so don't wait till our meeting time to do anything. Don't show up thinking, okay, she's going to lecture today. That's not what happens during our lab times. It is strictly a work time for you to get stuff done and for me to be there for you in person to help you out. Okay? All right, so let's talk about how you'll be graded. So the weekly assignments are the critique discussion boards, which are worth 25 points each, and then the major lab assignments are all worth 50 points each. Now, you'll also have a midterm and a final exam that are both worth 100 points. Your final print portfolio is worth 100, and so is your slideshow, another 100 points. There will be a couple of lab-based activities. For example, when we do our test prints, you'll check off with me during the lab as you complete the steps of that. All right, so I didn't list the full points there because they kind of change, but you get the gist. So how much time do you actually need for this course? You need about 8 to 12 hours a week to be successful. Now, for some people, they're going to need a little bit more time. Some people are going to need a little bit less. My best advice is to get started early in the week, especially these first couple weeks of class, so you can kind of see how much time you need to put in and gauge how much time. I don't want you guys to be stressed out with this. I want you guys to have fun. So yeah, best bet is to start early in the week and try to get as much done as possible. So for the due dates, the discussion boards do have 2 due dates. Your first post, which is the initial post, will be due by Wednesdays at 11:59 p.m. You can also do your replies to your fellow students at that time, but the reply isn't actually due until Friday at 11:59 p.m. Lab assignments are also due on Fridays. Extra credit. I will be giving some extra credit throughout the semester. You don't have to do it right away, but they are due by the last Wednesday of the semester. And the final portfolios are actually due the 17th week, not the 18th week. And that's so that I can grade them and get them back to you on finals day. And the last thing is, can you turn in assignments early? Yes, you totally can. I don't mind at all. Especially if, you might have something big coming up in your life, a big event or something, you're not going to have a lot of time, in a week or two. Go ahead and start those assignments early. I'm fine with that. Okay, so makeup and redos. So there are no redos for discussion boards, the midterm, final projects, or final exam. You either participated or turned them in, or you didn't. Now for lab assignments, you can redo them if you turn them in on time. So when you turn the assignment in on time, next I will grade the assignment. Then you will see the comments, and if you don't like your grade, you can totally redo it and resubmit it, and I will grade it again. Now, for late work, your discussion boards, like I said, are due Wednesdays, and then the reply is due on Fridays. Now, sometimes things happen, okay? I understand. So if for some reason you don't get your reply in, you can turn it in by Sunday at 11:59 p.m., but you're going to lose 10 points out of 25. So some points are better than no points, but don't make this a habit, because if you're consistently getting only, 15 out of 25 points every week for that assignment, that is going to add up really fast, and it's going to be hard for you to pass the class. So like I said, sometimes things happen, just don't make it a habit. Lab assignments, again, due Friday at 11:59. If you miss this deadline, you can turn them in up to Sunday at 11:59, but you'll be marked down 10 points for that. So basically the highest you'll be able to get for a 50-point assignment is 40, which is a B. Okay. The other downside to turning in work late is you will not have that option to redo it. You'll just get the grade that you get. Okay. So, like I said, things happen. If you have to be late, some points are better than none, but definitely don't make it a habit. All that being said, I'm human. I understand crazy things are happening. So if you're experiencing extreme circumstances, and I mean extreme, not I forgot to do something, but something pretty major is happening in your life, talk to me. Email me, come to my office hours. Let's figure out what we can do. There's no guarantee that I can give you an extension or anything, but in certain circumstances I can. All right. So speaking of comments on assignments, if you're new to Canvas and you're not sure how to check that, there's a handy video here if you need to watch that. Now, for Canvas, the best way to get through my classes is definitely by going to modules. I've taken a lot of time to really organize everything so that you know exactly what you need to do for each week. Okay, so go to modules, go to the week we're at, do those assignments, you'll be golden. Now, syllabus is also where you can view, download, print the syllabus. If you like to get a copy of that, it's just a good thing to go through the syllabus too. I'm going through a lot of the stuff that's in the syllabus here, but there are some of those other things like drop deadlines and other, attendance policies, blah, 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 that that you might want to look at. So I encourage you to read over that syllabus. Okay, so let's talk about equipment. And when we meet at our first class meeting, I'm going to be there to basically answer all the questions that you have. So while I'm going through this, if you have questions, jot them down so you're ready to go and I can answer for you. So yes, you need to have a digital camera. There is a limited amount of cameras available to check out from the PhotoLab cage. So we can talk about that more when at our meeting. Digital images, this is huge. You must use your own images. I reserve the right anytime in the semester to ask for your originals so I can check the metadata. And if I find that you are using someone else's images, you will fail the class. Dead serious about this. It's very important to not plagiarize, especially photographs, especially if you want to be a photographer. All right. So use your own images. You do need your own computer or a device that can access the internet. I recommend a desktop or laptop that runs either Windows OS or Mac OS. Okay. Chromebooks you can't download the Photoshop, the desktop version of Photoshop to a Chromebook. So I don't recommend those. Now, if you are using something like a Chromebook or a tablet, or another type of mobile device, we do have a remote desktop software that's available called Aporto. Basically, you log in and it looks like you log in and it's like you're accessing a computer screen that's running Windows. That is available. I don't recommend it. It could be kind of buggy, but it is an option. Okay. If you have questions about any of this, again, let's talk about it when we get together at our first class meeting. Tripods, there will be assignments where you definitely need a tripod. You can get your own, but we do have some to check out from the PhotoLab cage. All right, you will definitely want a USB flash drive or external hard drive so you can save the images you're working on and then come and bring them to class. So I recommend something that has a USB 3 on it with 128 gigabytes or higher. We're going to be working on some extensive projects. You need plenty of storage space. All right, so earphones or earbuds, if you need to, while you're working in the class, if you need to, bring up the video or whatever, the tutorial, and listen to it, you do need to have earphones or earbuds, so make sure you bring those. And a notebook. So for the final and the midterm, you can use your handwritten notes. Yeah, I know, right? So jot notes down, take those notes, and when it's time to take that test, you'll have all the answers there for you. Okay, so this is the big material list, and this you don't need right away. This is going to be the stuff you need for creating your final portfolio. So you're going to need a manila envelope or storage book. Now, actually, I do have an Amazon wish list. Now, most of this stuff, pretty much all of it, you can buy here in town at Allard's Art Supply. I highly recommend going over there and giving them some business. They're, one of our only, they are our only art supply store that's, local run, support local, right? So they have a lot of this stuff. I did make an Amazon wish list so you can see what I'm talking about, and I'll show you in just a second, and I'll actually share the link with you when we go to class. So you do need a manila envelope or storage book to safely transport prints before you actually mat them. You will need Mapboard. All right, so you need 4-ply white archival conservation quality Mapboard that is acid-free and linen-free and has a white core. That's a lot of words. But you'll find that I'm going to help you out with this. All right, guys, don't stress too much. And you're going to need enough. You're going to be doing a total of 5 prints that are 11 by 14, and they're going to be within a 16 by 20 mat. So you need enough mat board for that. There's a couple ways you can go around this. You can buy either large sheets, which I just went into Allard's earlier, and they do have the large sheets there. You can buy the large sheets to cut down to size, and I will show you how to do this. Another way you can do it is you can buy pre-cut mats, where basically the outside edge is 16 inches by 20. The inside opening is 11 by 14. With all of this, so you need at least 5, but I recommend buying enough materials for 10, just in case something happens. I don't want you guys stressing out at the last minute, okay? You need backing boards. So the mat is the front part, the little window part. The backing board is the back of it that we actually affix the image to. So you will need backing boards as well. Linen hinging tape. So this is used for securing the prints to the mats and then securing the overmat to the backing board. You will need white cotton gloves, and this is specifically for handling these images, handling your mat boards so you don't get them dirty. You will need clear archival bags, and these are basically bags that are the same size, 16 by 20, to slip your print in afterwards to keep it nice and protected. And you'll need some kind of portfolio case. There's a whole lot of options for this. There's envelope styles called red rope portfolios. There's portfolio bags. There's portfolio boxes. So let me go to my Amazon wish list real quick and kind of show you. I think visuals, especially for us visual type people, are easier. So here's the whole list of everything that you're going to need. Now, that last part with the portfolio bags, there's a whole bunch of different options. There's storage boxes, which are really nice to have, but they are a little bit pricey. The cheaper option is this brown envelope called a red rope envelope. That's, you could do that too. That's probably the cheapest option here. There's also other type of portfolio cases. Now, if you're going to be doing, more printing and you're going to be taking your portfolios places to show people and stuff like that, you might want to invest in something a little bit nicer like this. I find, so these ones are museum quality. I really like these for my home storage. So if you think you're going to be making a whole bunch of prints, you might want to use that. They're great for presentations too, for presenting your portfolio, like at a portfolio review or something like that. But I'll share this whole list with you when we get to class. It's nice to have the visual. Like I said, the only thing I did not find at Allard's were the boxes, but they do have all this other stuff, the linen tape. They only had one pre-cut mat for 16 by 20, but they did have the gloves. I believe they have the envelopes. That's the one thing I didn't check, I think. They did have the bags, and they did have the portfolio folders. Now, with some of this stuff, it comes in larger quantities than you actually need. For instance, these clear plastic bags are packs of 50. If you're not sure whether you're going to actually be using these for a long time, if you're going to keep making prints, you might want to team up with some of your other classmates and you guys can go in on it together and split up a bag. Just a thought. Okay, so much to talk about, so much to think about, right? So let's talk about the textbook real quick. The textbook, the electronic version, is completely free for you to use. You have access to it as a student, and I have a video here to actually show you how to access it. It's really easy. You do it really fast actually here. So if you go to the library here at City College website and come down here to articles-research databases, click here, click on the O, and then click on O'Reilly for Higher Education. I'm going a little fast, but there's a whole other video just on this, so I just want to give you guys a walkthrough. Now, I'm signed in still. Let's sign out. Okay. So you'll get to a page that looks like this. It'll say select your institution. City isn't on here, so you just click on not listed. And then from here, you'll enter in your student email, and then it'll guide you through creating a profile or whatever to actually get in. Now, that's the first time you log in, if you haven't logged in through O'Reilly before. If you have logged into O'Reilly before, or this is, after you've already made your profile and all that, you would go over here to already a user, click here. Okay, then it's time to sign in. And then time for your password. All right, and so then once we get in here, all we need to do now is actually search our textbook. So let's take a look. It's the Adobe Photoshop. Let's just go ahead and Command or Control C to copy this. Where are we? Where am I? Okay, here we go. And then I'm going to paste that in. Let's see what comes up. There it is. All right. So you click on here and you can start reading. There we go. Right away. So over here we have the table of contents. So let me come down here a little bit. Let's go to chapter 1. And you have the book here for you to read. Now, if you need to, let's see, let me scroll down a little bit to the text. There are some really great features here where you can change like the font size to what you're comfortable with. This is all going to depend on the device you're reading on, the color mode, the reader width, all of that. So if it looks weird on your device, play with these settings. It'll totally help out. Okay, and then you can either go to the next chapter by clicking up here, or just bring this back up and scroll down to the chapter you need to. Easy peasy. But yay, free textbooks. Woo! All right, next. Now this is just some general information. If you've taken any of my classes before, you're probably good to go. If you haven't, keep on watching. All right, so if you're new to Canvas, here's a link to help you out with basically a get to know Canvas type of walkthrough course. There's a link for online Canvas support, but if you want to talk to somebody, we actually have a local tech support line right here. It's going to be super helpful when you're having like issues logging in and stuff like that. I do post an announcement every week, so make sure that you have your announcements and notifications turned on. Next, I have some resources for you, and I'm going to let you guys read this on your own if you'd like. It's a little bit about my educational journey. Basically, it took me forever to get through school, and I've been through like everything trying to handle school and get through it. And one of the things I learned that I wish I would have known is way earlier is just to ask for help. I mean, you feel embarrassed sometimes or whatever, but it would have been so much better if I would just ask for help. So there is a whole bunch of resources for everyone on campus. These first links have to do with stuff like the RAM Pantry, where you get free food, psych services, where you can get free therapy as a student. I totally wish I would have done this. Therapy's expensive, y'all, so take advantage of the free stuff. The scholarship office, okay, so things like that to look over. And then there's some more individualized stuff, like, are you disabled? Are you an African-American male? Are you indigenous? Are you a veteran? Are you a single parent, a low-income parent, undocumented? Do you actually do really great in school? And people who excel often have other issues also that can be overlooked. So there's even a program for that. So anyways, my main point is ask for help. Use the resources that are available to you. These are all free. If you can't find something, if you need help with something and you can't figure out where to find it, reach out to me. I'm totally down to try to help you out however I can. All right, guys. So I can't wait to start this journey with you. I can't wait to get to know you all. I will see you at the in-person class meeting this week.